What is going on, everybody? So this is a clip. Ariel Helwani. I'm sorry if I'm saying that name wrong. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments. They're talking Triple H on 83 weeks and why Triple H's booking might have jumped the shark. Let's hear what he has to say.
I don't know if everybody listening knows this, but there's a big discussion online this week. There's one tweet in particular that has over 1.5 million views and over 100,000 responses. And it basically asked the question, when did Triple H's booking jump the shark? And I
Ooh.
saw a few weeks ago, Ariel, you felt specifically like AEW needed a change. Maybe they were struggling a little bit storyline wise. Why do you think that is? And do you think it represents an opportunity for AEW? Or how do you reconcile wrestling creative as we sit here in 2026?
Okay, that's a great question. So I'll preface this by saying Paul Levesque and I, he's not my good friend. We don't go out for dinner, but I really, really do like him as a person, and I've really enjoyed our interactions. I interviewed him once in London before the first Clash at the Castle, and it was a great interview about his health problems, and I'll always be very appreciative for that. And we've had a couple of text messages and stuff like that, and so I really do like him as a person, and I feel like at times he is handcuffed and he's being hamstrung because I do feel like the real rise of TKO, if you will, coincided with this particular downturn, if you will. And so I don't feel like it's 100% fair to always blame him. But look, you asked for that position. You're the guy. You're the face. No different than being the head coach of a basketball team. And sometimes your GM is making bad deals, and now you have to deal with whatever they're doing. To a degree, it's similar. And so I want to preface this, but there's no question about it. I have said, and so I'm not backtracking. I have said that I find the product right now soulless. I really did not like WrestleMania. WrestleMania really it upset me, to be honest, because I adore everything about wrestling, and I
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
adore the pomp and circumstance that comes with WrestleMania. I like the backstage vignettes and the interviews. Like that to me is what I grew up on. Hulk Hogan choking Bob Uecker like this in the back. Excuse me, Andre the Giant choking Bob Uecker like this in the back is amazing. Hulk Hogan with Mean Gene in the back in the locker room after he wins. Like these are massive, massive moments. And I felt like the WrestleMania product that we saw a few weeks back in Vegas was completely stripped of all of that.
All commercials. It was all commercials.
The commercials and all that also didn't make it feel all that important. And so I'm just there's nothing that's grabbing my attention. It feels very corporate right now. I feel like some of the wrestlers aren't they're not motivated. There's just something that feels off about it. Let's backtrack now. February of 2023, I'm in Montreal for Elimination Chamber. Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. It was nuclear hot. It was so hot. It was one of the best events that I've ever been to live, one of the best matches. I believed that Sami was going to go over, and it would have been an unbelievable scene. And I believe till this day that Sami should have gone over, truly. And then maybe he wins the belt back and all that stuff and more. All right, fine. They end up having a great WrestleMania match, Roman and Cody, and that culminates with Philadelphia. If you were to ask me where I kind of felt like, there's nothing left, it was that Philadelphia match. The Philadelphia match felt like the apex, and everything since then has felt a little less than. Last year's WrestleMania, I don't think was good. The Cena retirement tour, I didn't think was good. The Cena retirement match, don't get me started on that. I could do 30 minutes just on how bad I thought that was. And I feel like I've been vindicated when it comes to that one, because what has become of Gunther? What has become of this guy? And he got the great honor of beating John Cena, which I thought was a big mistake. And so I feel like the apex was Philadelphia, and I feel like everything since. Now, can I pinpoint one exact moment where it feels like it got us to here? No, but it felt like a slow trickle. Now, I have said on my show, and this may upset people, and I know it did when I said it, that I view Tony Khan as the little engine that could. I understand that's ridiculous to some because he's a billionaire, the son of a billionaire. But right now, Tony Khan is in a position where he has no corporate overlord looking over him. He answers to himself, and he comes across in his latest interviews as just a fan and as someone who truly has passion for what he's doing and someone who loves this business. Hate the product or not, you can't deny that. And so he has an opportunity, I think, in the next less than a year or so, culminating with next year's WrestleMania, which is going to be in Saudi Arabia, to do something very special.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree. AEW, Tony Khan. I know you're not watching this, but if you are, do something. Have Elite Mania that weekend. Call it whatever you want. I don't care. Make it Elite Mania. Get New Japan involved if you have to make a super event domestically. I'm not saying have it in Vegas, have it in Florida, have it in Disney World, whatever. But we want it. We need it. Make it $50. Make it $100. Whatever you want. I mean, you got to figure out what cost you're going to have it at. Obviously, I don't know, $100 might be too expensive. You make it a 2-night event, you could maybe pull off $100. I would say if it's one night, 50. If it's two, 75 would be a good price point. But yeah, the WWE is exhausting, man. The booking of the WWE it's been a chore to watch lately. And he was talking about how the wrestlers kind of half-assing it right now. They also don't work house shows. So it's not that they're half-assed. They have half the work now. They only work one day a week, twice a week if there's a big event, if there's a premium live event. Like, so of course they're not getting the ring time. They're not getting the matches, the timing down. So they're not doing like the house shows are meant to like get your timing down and get your matches down. So when you're on TV, you having a match on TV with a guy you've been touring with for the last couple months, you're gonna have a great match. And the house shows are gone, so those matches are gone, and everyone's kind of whatever. And all these guys coming up from NXT are learning the WWE way. It's all it's gotten stale. It's gotten really stale. Now, AEW I like, don't get me wrong, I like it, but there's not a lot. uh I can't say not a lot, but there's a lot to complain about with AEW. But if you're just watching it for the wrestling, AEW is great. If you want a good story, you might have something to complain about, but at least the matches they're pretty good. Especially on the pay-per-views, the AEW always brings it. But yeah, this is just like everybody's saying what he's saying. Like the product is stale. The product has gotten boring. The creative is soulless, as his headline says here. And I'm just not going in, and I just wanted to put this out there. I want to know what everyone else's thoughts are, because I want to comment on current wrestling. I want to talk about wrestling, but it seems like on this channel, the only videos that do well are videos about the Attitude Era and videos about the Monday Night Wars, the Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart being miserable and Ric Flair being drunk. And I want to talk about wrestling. I want to talk about like today's wrestling. I want to talk about AEW, TNA, WWE, and I will. I'm going to start talking more about it. I'm unemployed now, so I'm going to be on this channel a lot more. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. We'll talk about it here. What kind of videos should I be doing? What kind of videos should I be posting? Yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.